ちの歌消えない心の傷メシアを求め続けたあの日の夜
Welcome back, guys. This is your anime Degens, episode 62, our BS Hour, episode 62. I'm here with my boys, but first, let me tell y'all what we got in store today. Very exciting segment called Degen Certified Bangerz. I'm sure y'all can guess what the hell that is, but Dan, how you doing, brother?
I'm doing good, man. We might have gave him a little heads up in the Discord and last episode on what we're doing today, but I'm really excited for this topic. Anime music is fucking legendary.
It is,
and I'm pretty hyped for this one. There's too many good shows with good soundtracks to talk about, so we had to narrow it down, which was really tough for me.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like every show has its moments where it's like, holy shit, this music is so good. But yeah, we're just bringing you the boppiest of bops today.
Hell yeah.
Tyler, what about you, my man? How you doing?
Doing good. I told y'all I went to like that cornhole tournament thing, and let me tell you, I wasn't the best there. Unfortunately, I didn't win a game. I probably should have practiced at least an hour before I started playing because they was hitting 3 and 4 in the hole, and after throwing 4 pitches for my practice, I wasn't ready. So.
No shot. You went in there after 4 pitches.
You gotta hit the range, dude. You gotta hit the cornhole range.
Pure arrogance. That's pure arrogance right there.
I tell you what, these dudes, they was in there. They in there every week probably. They practicing almost every day probably, and I still kept up with them. So I didn't lose because of me.
Okay.
I lost because
your partner.
Well, not really, but we was playing against some people that was putting 4 in the hole every time. And my part, like the dude I was playing against on my side of the board or whatever, like he wasn't doing that. Thank God, or we would have lost because of me.
Oh man, that does sound very fun and exciting. Yeah. Regardless, I'm pretty sure that was a cool experience.
I'm gonna have to go back after I get a little practice in. So
yeah, you got to go get your redemption. This is the redemption arc.
He's got to get his training arc in first.
I didn't know it was that serious, bro, but apparently it's serious. So
we're going to shoot you a montage. It's going to be epic. Well, guys, before we get into it, you want to tell the people about some news.
Yeah, so we've been waiting for it for a while. I know me and Dan has. I'm not sure if you've watched it all yet, Bass, but Kaiju movie. It's actually coming on May 30th. Worldwide to theaters near you, hopefully. So I'm pretty excited for that. I haven't been to the theaters for like an anime movie in a while, but this might be one I go to see because I've been waiting for a while, and this is one of my like top animes. So
that's dope. I have not finished it. I could not find season 1 not on the high seas, so I just haven't gone.
Not
back
on
to
Crunchy?
It yet.
Isn't it on Crunchyroll?
I thought they started in like season 2 or season 3 on Crunchyroll. Don't quote me on that, but
unless they
it is what it is. I thought I couldn't.
Unless
find
they
it.
changed it like recently, like they had all the seasons on Crunchy. Maybe you was just like reading it wrong or something.
Well,
I don't know.
Well, yeah. Whenever we reviewed it on the show, I had to watch it on the.
Oh, that's been over a year ago. So.
Oh, well, it's too late now. I can't go back. We never go back.
You
we go
missed the
forward,
peak, bro.
Yeah, season 1, season 1, 2, 3, the movies 4, they're all on Crunchyroll.
I'm even pretty sure like the movies are like sped up versions of the seasons too. If you didn't even want to watch the seasons, even though you're gonna miss out on some small stuff, but you know some people don't care. So
we'll see if that happens. In other news, Blue Lock the movie is coming out June 28th in theaters in North America, guys. Did you guys ever finish the season of the first season of this or watch the new season?
The new season has come out yet.
This is the new season, kinda roughly.
Yeah, it's like a mid movie, and then they're gonna drop season 2. Crunchyroll says I finished it, but I don't think I finished it. It's one of those things where I might have fallen asleep and it just ran through the rest of the episodes.
That makes sense. That happens to everybody.
Crunchyroll ain't got that. Are you still watching like Netflix does? I guess that's what you pay all the extra money for. I don't know.
Oh, don't get me started on that. Awesome. We also got Suzume is officially on Netflix. So if you didn't get a chance to see it in theaters, it's an absolute banger of a movie. We talked about it and watched it a while back. I don't know what episode it was, but
I think
yeah, it was. Oh God, I don't even know that in like 30s.
maybe it was Krieg's.
It was in October,
Yeah, it was
whenever that
Krieg's.
was. Yeah.
So
Okay.
me, you, and Krieg's. So Bass was gone, I think.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah, you were in Germany, so
It gets good. Yes.
check it out on Netflix if you want to hear our thoughts on it. Besides Bass, find the episode on your podcast listening platform.
Yeah, and also I think My Hero is on Netflix now too. I'm not sure, but speaking of My Hero movie or My Hero, the movie is coming out in Japan theaters in August, and I didn't even really know we had a movie coming. I'm not even sure if this is like filler or canon or whatever. So I think it's about All Might, right?
Okay. I don't even know about this yet. I know that one of the movies was canon because they started talking about it mid like season 3. And I was like, what the fuck? When did Bakugo get all for one?
Yeah, so I didn't know about a movie coming out either, but apparently there's a movie coming out. So maybe this is just like news to everyone, but it's gonna be in Japan theaters in August. So that means we should probably see it over here probably at the end of the year, maybe. I don't know.
Good guess.
Yeah.
Well, cool. You guys got any more news?
That's it for me.
Sweet. One little tidbit from me. Mysterious Disappearances is fucking sick. Go check it out. Besides that, let's get into our topic. So today we're talking Degen certified bangers. And we're going to talk shows with the jammiest of the jammy OSTs. And like we have like between me, Tyler, and Bass, we have talked about doing this topic for a year, but we've been figuring out how to do it because we can't actually play you guys the music,
Which sucks.
and then we came up, which
Yeah.
sucks big time because like we would play like a little 10-second, 15-second clip of it that way you could hear it and it would remind you. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna put out a Spotify playlist with all these songs on it called the Degen Certified Bangers. So if you guys are working, you can throw your headphones in and give our favorite bops a listen to.
Hell yeah.
But we're going to be focusing on openings, endings, and OSTs. We're not going to be just talking about like which OST we think is the best. We're going to be talking about collectively as a show. So we've got a lot of songs here. The playlist is going to be a little long from what I can tell, so that's exciting. But let's get into it. Tyler, you want to go first?
Yeah, and you know, it wouldn't be a Tyler Degen certified Bangerz music thing if I didn't say Naruto. So that's going to be my first choice, Naruto, because you know I don't know if it's because it was my first anime that I ever finished legit, or maybe even nostalgia. I'm not sure, but like I wanted to bring Naruto up because it has like a lot of banger OPs, and like I've got like a couple of OPs from like the OG Naruto that I really like. But like Shippuden OPs, like there's not a bad one. I listened to them all today, and I'm like, bro, every single one of these are hitting right now. So,
It was funny because I really wanted to pick Naruto because
what
like
you do.
I'm not talking OPs and EDs, like the OST for Naruto is just iconic. Like it is so nostalgic. But I knew Tyler was gonna want it, so I didn't throw my name on it because
What a nice guy.
it would have been a little rude, you know.
Yeah,
A little bit.
he knows what's
bit.
up. I mean, this is a show that I've watched the most, right? So, like Dan was saying, the OST too. Like I guarantee if you heard like the flutes going for the swing scene, everybody knows what I'm talking about. Naruto's just chilling on the swing, swinging, watching all the kids playing whatever. Like,
Dude, the first song you bring up is Sadness and Sorrow. Like, start on a high note, bro. Don't make us sad.
we're talking about OSTs.
He's gonna ramp it up. He's gonna ramp it up.
We're talking about the iconic OSTs. Like, people know this shit. Like, if they heard it, they would know it. And like, you got the intense standoff scenes. Like the flutes and the drums of the OST make this shit so memorable. and like they're some of my favorites. Like the you know, you know what I'm talking about.
I was gonna say for me, it's not like the flutes. It's like the random grunting in the background.
That's what
Yeah.
it does
That's
it for
it.
you.
That's what it is. Like that's what I hear. And I'm like, oh, this is Naruto. It has to be.
I love the drums. I love the
Yeah, I
drums.
mean, you got the drums, you got the flutes, and you got the random like the I don't even know what you would call that. It's like uh
Guttural singing,
yeah, I guess.
battle singing,
Chanting?
Yeah,
I
chanting
guess.
maybe.
Dancing might be
But I mean,
from the gut.
all of it, all of the songs, like the OST songs, have a version of that. You know, like when the villain was doing villain shit, you always had like that ominous sounding song. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
You already
Yeah.
know what's up. Yep.
You like this shit set the vibes. They set how it told you how you were supposed to feel. It told you what was gonna happen. You know, the swing song told you it was supposed to be a sad time. You know, the ominous sounding villain doing villain shit happened when Sasuke was doing bullshit. You know, or the Akatsuki was doing shit. Like the main theme when they was doing the chanting and stuff and the drums and all of it together, that shit's crazy. And the battle music theme, that shit goes hard, bro.
Dude, Strong and Strike is probably my favorite song from Naruto because like you hear the electric guitar come in and it's epic, and then all of a sudden there's like a shamisen just like going hard on it. And you're like, oh, you know this is gonna be an epic fight. Like they got electric guitars and they got Japanese guitars here. Like, let's go.
It's wild. But you know, like I said, OST is banger. Like there's so many that I could mention, but you probably wouldn't really know what I was talking about. That's why we're putting this playlist out with this. That way you can see what I'm talking about. But going back to the OPs, some of my favorite ones. I think it's Shippuden over the OG though myself, just because I guess there's more of them, and like I said, they all hit. But some of my favorite ones are like Fighting Dreamer / Go. That's a really big favorite one of mine.
I mean,
Yeah.
everybody loves that.
Dude,
Absolutely, everybody loves that.
I
Yes.
didn't know that song was named Go because when I was like in like 6th grade or whatever, I downloaded it on LimeWire and it was called Fighting Dreamers. So that song's not called Go, it's called Fighting Dreamers. That's what the internet told me. I'm in.
I mean,
Fair
not
enough,
gonna
my
lie, I
friend.
thought it was Fighting Dreamers too until I went to write this guide in my notes, you know, and I was like, wait, this is Go? Okay. But yeah, there's a couple more like Rocks. I'm not sure if y'all are familiar with Rocks or not. But it's also one of
It's
my
solid.
banger ones. I think Rocks is honestly probably my favorite one.
No way. Out of all of these, that's my least favorite one.
OG.
I have-
OG.
Out of the OG, it's my least favorite OG
Really?
one. Yeah. Fighting Dreamer Go is my favorite. And then I got Hakura Kanada is my second. And then I have
Yeah.
Rocks.
So Haruka Kanada is my. I don't want to say least favorite because
What?
no wait.
That's
So
no.
you're not. Let me.
That is that is like the Naruto song, dude.
It is.
From like
That's
the
what I'm
OG.
saying,
What
bro.
are you talking
That's
about?
what I'm saying, bro.
That's so the three that I got Go, Rocks, and Haruka Kanada. That's my favorite 3 OG songs, but it's my least favorite of those 3 songs. That's what I was saying.
Okay.
Well, regardless, it's the best one you have on the list.
Yeah, well, I like Rocks more, and I like Fighting Dreamer a lot too. So
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Fighting Dreamer. When I think Naruto, I think of Go. Yeah.
But I'm assuming Dan's favorite is Haruka Kanada. So
Yeah, 100%.
But you know, going to Shippuden though, like that's when I start like that's my good shit. You know, these are some of my favorites in all of anime. You know, you got like the heroes come back. This was the OP, the first OP. As soon as you started Shippuden, this is it. This is the first OP, and it was hype. You know, it's the one that's like 3, 2, 1, make some noise. Everybody stand up. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. I prefer when you do it actually. So I'm gonna record that. We can add it to the
Yeah,
playlist.
we can do it. And you know, some of my favorites as well is like Bluebird. Everybody knows what Bluebird is. You know, this is the OP. This is the OP when shit started getting real with like the Akatsuki, and pretty sure this is around the time Asuma too. So um, I'm not 100% on that, but I'm kind of certain that Asuma hit around that time. And Sign,
Yeah, it's
yeah,
around there, but I mean,
yeah,
Bluebird is a community
yeah.
favorite for
Everybody
sure.
knows it.
Like general
Definitely.
anime community is like, yeah, everybody knows what Bluebird is.
And
It's fucking dope.
another big one for me is Sign, which is the OP that was for the Pain arc. And this OP, like, it brings back memories every time, because this is one of my this is my favorite arc of Naruto, and this is when like Naruto became like top dog for me until obviously I watched One Piece or whatever. But Pain was just so, it just had all those emotions, you know. Um, it was a banger, and I'm gonna save the I saved the best for last. My favorite Naruto song overall, and probably one of my favorite songs all time anime, is Silhouette by Kana Boone. Like, you can't go wrong with Silhouette. Like, this shit is like top tier. If you've ever seen Naruto, if you listen to any like anime music, I guarantee you've heard Silhouette, because it is just that popular of a song. So
Yeah,
It does in
yeah,
fact bang.
it's absolute banger. And to go on top of that too, like you hear any song by
yeah,
Kana Boone, you know it's gonna hit. Like they are one of the best bands putting out anime openings there is.
Yes, yes,
yeah.
yes.
I'm pretty sure. Did they not do Psalm 100s like that? I'm pretty sure they done Song of
Oh
the
yeah.
Dead.
Yeah, they
And
did.
uh,
Yep,
like, I
yep, yep.
mean, they go hard on songs. This is Kana Boone is actually one of my favorite like anime bands or whatever, J-pop bands, whatever you want to call them, because they just absolutely go hard on whatever they do, and they made Silhouette, and I thank them every day for it, because this is on any playlist that I have. Silhouette is so. But
I mean,
Yeah.
it's never a bad choice coming from them,
yeah,
like you said.
No, they've done so many good songs. I mean, they did one of the openings from Fire Force. They did one of the openings from one of the Gundam series. I think it was the one I made you guys watch.
Iron Blooded.
Yeah, they did the second opening for Iron Blooded Orphans. Like they've put out so many
Too
good
bad I
openings.
didn't get that far.
Yeah, Song of the Dead, opening number 2 for Zom.
I mean,
Elite shit right there.
that
Didn't that
was
win?
Degen's. Yeah, that was Degen's opening of the year, whatever, last year.
Yeah, absolutely.
So Kana Boone, you know, you can't go wrong. Like, if you
You really
think
can't.
you never heard Silhouette, I want you to type on YouTube just Silhouette, Kana Boone Silhouette, and I guarantee you've heard that shit, bro. So,
1000%.
yeah, that's my first choice. I'm excited to see what the boys have, because Naruto is such a banger. As far as OSTs, OPs, like, I know the EDs hit hard too, but like, there's so many of them, and I'm not gonna lie. Like, when I was watching it, like, I just wanted to get to the next episode, and I don't really watch EDs that much. I do nowadays, but back then when I first started watching anime or whatever, this was my first anime legit. I didn't watch EDs.
Well, like it's just tough when you're binging a
Yeah.
show because that's another 2 minutes at the end of every episode. And for every 10 OS or EDs you skip, you get a whole other episode in your day.
Yeah, I mean, back then I like watched like the banger OPs still, because like you can't not watch OPs, right? Like, especially when you got like Silhouette, you know, Fighting Dreamer, like you have to watch them, because you're just singing along with it, right? So
True. I've noticed as I've gotten older, I've stopped watching the OP so much. Some specifically good ones that I've heard recently, I'll watch them like a couple of times at the beginning of the season. Then I just skip them until the end of the season, and I'm like, I don't want this to end, so I'm just gonna watch the whole fucking thing.
I mean, there are certain ones I can't skip. Like I couldn't skip the Shangri-La Frontier
First
openings.
one.
I couldn't
Or the
skip.
second one too.
I could. The
Really?
second one was a banger. Yeah, yeah. The second one was an absolute banger too. And I could not skip Creepy Nuts during Mashal season 2. Couldn't
That's
do it.
Really?
Absolute heater, dude. What are you talking about?
Okay.
What?
Okay. Hey, I didn't see it coming, but hey, I'm loving that you love it.
I'm so glad that Creepy Nuts is like coming up now because they need that. Like people are starting to realize that they're actually good, and I love that. As they done like the Call of the Night shit, and every time somebody says they like Mashal's OP from Creepy Nuts, whatever it is, Bing Bling Blong Bloom or whatever.
I think it's Bling Bang something born.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know the name of that. I just know.
But if y'all like that, if y'all like Creepy Nuts, go listen to Creepy Nuts, Call of the Night, OP and ED, because that shit, even if you're not gonna watch the anime, because it's like a vampire romance, slice of life type shit, but the OP and ED, it should be listened to because this shit is banger. So, but yeah, that's all I got from Naruto.
Sweet.
Naruto, like, it's got one of the best OSTs in my opinion. So
Definitely. Awesome. All right. So for my first one, I got JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. And I wanted to talk about JoJo's because not only is the OST really good, but the manga and anime are so heavily influenced by music overall. There are over 300 references to pop and rock music in this manga, which is nuts. Like all the characters are named after songs or artists. And you got Robert E.O. Speedwagon. Vanilla Ice is a character. Every stand is named after a song.
Ice, baby.
And so like Araki just absolutely loved like US music, which makes it so much more special for me. I'm gonna start off with the EDs because the EDs, just like the fact that they used American music in an anime made it hit so much more for me. I mean, the first ending is Roundabout by Yes. And they would end every episode where you'd hear the guitars come at the beginning with harmonics and everything else. And then right when the song dropped, you'd see to be continued on the bottom of the screen. The screen would freeze, and it was awesome. It's an incredible song. But JoJo's has the most streamed ending and maybe the most streamed song in anime of all time because they pulled out Walk Like an Egyptian by the Bangerz, which is one of the most popular songs in the 80s. And they were in Egypt. It made sense, like it absolutely hits.
That makes a lot of sense.
And then I had to talk about this one for my boy Bass here because I know he loves R&B, and they got some Jodechi with Freaking You, and that is an ending.
What did you say?
The Jodeci.
Jodeci. No, what?
I don't listen to R&B.
No, you didn't.
I don't listen to R&B.
Jodeci is crazy, dog. Jodeci.
Okay, I was Jodeci. You had told me you never heard Walk Like an Egyptian, so we're just on two different wavelengths here.
Yeah, I mean, clearly, it's fucking Jodeci.
Jodeci, sorry. And I'm pretty sure I said Jodeci like 30 minutes ago. It's just, I don't know. I'm grasping for straws here, boys.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm glad I didn't say it. So,
you know what it was? Is I've been talking about so many Japanese things that would be like Jodeci, not Jodeci.
That's true. I'll give it to you. But it's still Jodeci.
But they have an R&B song for one of the openings during part 4. And it's just about fucking bitches. And it's so out of place and it's so funny. But the fact they did it was awesome.
Hey, I mean,
Freaking You is actually a banger
I'm
song.
down for it, so.
You gotta watch JoJo so you can hear at the end of every episode, dude.
Yeah, I mean, this is one of the reasons why I'd like to watch JoJo's eventually. I know we did it. I know we watched like a few episodes or whatever for a Showdown Throwdown, possibly.
Mm-hmm.
But I never did continue watching it yet. So, but I mean, the music was always banging. Like the Roundabout, like that's some heavy hitting shit. Like it's like it's everywhere. So But
Yeah, I'm just gonna tell you guys, "Freaking You" by Jodeci, that's some serious baby making music right
it
there.
sounded like it.
You're gonna need some silk breakaway pants for that.
Hell yeah.
It definitely sounded like it. I listened to it and I enjoy it. I think what there was some other anime that had some stuff going on like that. What was it? Afro Samurai? Didn't they have some?
I mean,
Yeah, that was RZA. Yeah, that was a lot
Yeah.
of rap music and great shit. That has a really good soundtrack actually.
I mean, Freaking You. I think that probably could have been playing during that one scene, right?
it should
I
have
mean,
been.
yes, 100% could have been.
Either that or a little Marvin Gaye, dude.
Some Luther Vandross, a little Anita. Okay, let's stop.
We're gonna put that on the playlist too.
But like, if you like music, you have to watch JoJo's, because once you get to like part 3 through current, when they actually have stands, all the stands are named after music artists. Like, there's a stand called Red Hot Chili Pepper. There's one called Kiss. There's one, like, they name characters in JoJo's after bands. One of the guys is named Zeppeli after Led Zeppelin. Like, there are just so many awesome references to music. The openings of this are really good too. They always do a really great job of kind of like portraying what JoJo we're talking about, which member of the Joestar family. JoJo's a badass. He's got a pretty epic rock music opening in part 3. And during Stone Ocean, where we get the first female Joestar, we get a female singer. So, they're working.
Hell yeah, love that.
There are a few songs I want to talk about from the OST before I'm done with JoJo's, though. Part 2 was fucking wild. Part 2, they had the Pillar Men, which were essentially like Aztec gods. They were immortal Aztec vampires. And this was like early 2010s, and it was when dubstep was really big.
Tight.
So you have like combinations of like Mayan, Aztec-y, like music with dubstep just screaming in your ears mid-fight, which is just absolutely hilarious. And then we get one of probably my personal favorite like OST theme song for a character in JoJo, and that's Propaganda, which is von Stroheim's theme. It's like epic German techno with a very, very slight hint of the Third Reich.
What?
The Third Reich.
All right,
Curveball.
It's World War II. They're not called Nazis. They're called Germans, but it's World War II. And von Stroheim is a German scientist. He's the head German scientist. And he slowly turns himself into a android so he can keep fighting with these people with superpowers. And his soundtrack is just fucking epic.
Oh, okay. I'm going to have to check that the fuck out.
And then the last one I got is Il Vento de Oro, which is Golden Wind. It's from part 5. It's from Golden Wind. I think it's part 5. And it's like one of the most known JoJo songs there is. It's used in a lot of memes, stuff like that. But JoJo gets the fuck memed out of it. You've probably heard a lot of these songs from memes. Like, it's just an awesome show.
Yeah, I've definitely heard Vento. Oh, sorry, Golden Wind. Or whatever this is called. Yeah, it's actually really good. I've heard this a ton.
Really?
Yeah.
I had no idea it was from JoJo though.
Yeah, well, that part takes place in Italy, so we're getting it in Italian.
It does have Italian vibes. The music video or the OP or whatever. I've never heard it though. I don't think so.
I think you've probably heard it on
It's
a TikTok.
actually really good.
Yeah, I feel like you've definitely heard it on a TikTok.
Maybe, but like I don't know. It just ain't like sticking out to me. So it's definitely Italian vibes.
Yeah.
So
I'm
Overall,
fucking with it.
awesome OST. They pull in a lot of music from whatever country they're in. Like, I mean, JoJo takes place all over the world, so they do a good job of that. But the dubstep, the Aztec dubstep in part 2 really gets me.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah, no, I actually like it. I used to be heavy into dubstep, so I fuck with it. Or I would have fucked with it.
Just gotta pick up where you left off, dude.
I mean, Dan's always hopping up the dubstep from like Initial D and shit like that. So, and
Oh, no. Do not disrespect Eurobeat by calling it dubstep, dude.
it's
Come
close, ain't it?
on. No. Eurobeat is like DDR music, dude.
I don't know what
Dubstep
that is.
is the
so.
womp womp. Dubstep is like the fucking Terminator or the Terminator boning Optimus Prime music.
Listen, when I listen to this music that you put in here, the dubstep one, it kind of sound like the shit that they had like on Initial D. So maybe I just can't tell the
That's
difference. Maybe it's because I'm in Kentucky. I don't know.
No techno allowed in Kentucky. They got laws against it. But yeah, that's all I got for JoJo's.
Excellent, boys. Excellent. So next up, guys, I have Jujutsu Kaisen. And I picked this one because it's a bit of a sneaky, in my opinion. I think people think about JJK and they think about the awesome fights, the confusing ass powers and plot, and obviously the great animation from Mappa. Them only getting 30 to 50% of their animation done the second half of last season, and it's still being fantastic. I think it makes the tracks get overlooked because there's a really wide range of what you get from this show. It's a lot of creepy horror tracks, which on their own sound really good to me. A lot of rock and funk. The first one I do want to bring up is the first OP1 from the first season. When I think of JJK, this is what I think of, but it's an actual bop. I listen to this song all the time. It's Kai Kai Kaiten from Eve. And it's just great fucking driving music. A lot of the stuff that they were going to mention on this segment is driving music for me, or sitting around cooking or something like that. Just you're doing something. You're doing something. And I've actually sent this song to a few of my friends. You know, we text back and forth and we send each other tracks. That's kind of how we keep up with each other. And I don't usually tell them where the songs come from.
They probably wouldn't listen to it, you know?
Gosh, you're sending us a lot of music in Japanese. What's going on with that?
Dude, me and my friends, and what's good about that is like it's not even like a regular for us. Like we have like French, listen to like French classical, German, a lot of German rap, because that shit is banger if you guys haven't heard it. German rap is really good. And then a lot of K-pop, J-pop, everything, dude. It's everything.
I forgot to mention one of the best German rap songs where we're talking Naruto, dude.
Oh, shit.
You can fit it in right here.
If you haven't heard it yet, go listen to the German opening for Naruto. It is so bad. It's incredible. It's called Believe It.
I like it. I personally like it.
It's incredible. You gotta go listen to it. It's hilarious.
It's so intense. It's so intense for no fucking
I feel
reason.
like most German like versions of OPs are usually more intense and sometimes better, honestly. So
they have a very harsh sounding language. It's very
Believe
throaty.
it. Believe it.
But yeah, like kind of getting a little back to JJK. Next, I want to talk about the OP4 specials. If you watched JJK last season, this is the Shibuya arc OP. Creepy as fuck. I love the song, but I mean, listening to it, you know, if you're hosting a haunted house, this is for you. But you can like tell shit's about to go down. It's very, very intense. Like even like just listening to it, like kind of my heart rate goes up. But I do think Jujutsu Kaisen overall has a great selection of OPs, just like overall. And then kind of getting some of their EDs. The Shibuya Arc Incident ED is fine, but Lost in Paradise, bro.
Yes.
The season 1 ED, holy fucking shit.
That might be the jammiest jam we have on this list.
It's amazing. It's amazing. If JJK doesn't have this song, it doesn't make it on my list for this segment, honestly.
You were just like, I need an excuse to talk about Lost in Paradise. Here we are.
Bro,
for sure. It's such a jam.
I was so upset when season 2 started and they did not continue Lost in Paradise. Because this is one of my
they could have just ran it back for sure.
This is one of my favorite EDs. Like the animation in the ED too, like that's unique. Like it's good, you know?
I'm just imagining watching people die left and right during Shibuya, and then like you just see like Nomura's dead body on the ground.
And then we're all dancing. Yeah.
Did you guys see somebody made? I'll put the YouTube video in the Discord, but somebody made a what if that was the ending for season 2 for the Shibuya arc, And like they'd opened the door and it just had Nobara lying on the ground. It had everybody just dead who was in the original opening.
Yes.
Gojo's in a box, like fucking hilarious.
Imagine instead of like specials, like the Itadori like clawing scene, instead of specials, they just lost in paradise.
That would have
fucking great. I love it.
But yeah, before we move
man.
on to another ED or whatever, I want to say I can't believe that you didn't mention Where Blue Is. Like that shit was banging. I thought I
Which one is that?
It's the Premature Death arc OP. Like before specials, it was Where Blue Is. And that is
Dang, maybe I missed one, bro.
This is honestly my favorite one. Well, so Kai Kitan is probably tied with Where Blue Is. That's how good it is for me.
Do you think so? I'm listening to it right now. I did listen to this earlier. It doesn't hit the same for me, I guess.
So
it's good.
Oh,
it's definitely good. Yeah,
it's some of my favorite shit. But Lost in Paradise over all this shit, like in JJK. So
yeah, I was watching JJK with one of my friends that doesn't watch anime, and they were like, "Oh, this is a pretty cool show." But then Lost in Paradise came on, and they were like, "Oh shit!" I mean, like audibly, we're like, "Oh shit!" I was like, "Yeah, that's that heat, ain't it? That's that heat."
Yeah, dude. But going back to what Tyler's talking about with the first OP for season 2, like if you like progressive rock, like Polyphia, it's super sick for that. Like you can hear kind of the same vibes with the guitar and stuff like that. So,
Gotcha. Kind of some other OST music from this I want to talk about is If I'm With You. Kind of when Rico is in the aquarium, kind of just looking through the glass at all of the fish. This is elite peaceful music right here. This is like you're trying to have a peaceful Sunday morning, or you're studying, you're cooking or something like that. This is like some lock the fuck in music right here. It's great, just classical
piano
music,
shit.
honestly. Yeah, it's beautiful, honestly.
It is such a beautiful song, and it reminds me of all those like compilations you see with like a song and a bunch of Ghibli images. Like it reminds me of that vibe.
Yeah, it really just is. And that's what I mean by JJK. Like you get this like really broad range of music out of this. And then like next we have like Malevolent Shrine with Sukuna versus Mohoraga. And that just completely switches up the vibe.
Yeah, it's menacing.
It's like really, it's absolutely creepy and menacing, but still a great track. And like it definitely like it scores well to what's going on the screen, because it is creepy what's happening. Mohoraga is creepy, Sukuna is creepy, and the fight goes crazy. And then you have this playing in the background. It just takes it all up to a 10. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, when he like uses his domain expansion and you just hear kind of like that like one, I don't think it's a symbol, but it's like that one like ding.
Yeah.
And it's just super dark. It reminds me of like Naruto like music almost, where like some shit is about to happen.
Oh yeah, it's popped off. But yeah, Malevolent Shrine, like it has that like really cool like just build up and crescendo like the first like 40 seconds. And then once everything drops, it's just like it hits, man. It hits. And there's no words in the song, but it's just like some hard boss fight, Final Fantasy type vibes to me.
Yeah, sometimes it don't need words, you know what I mean? So
you can feel the emotion with this one. Yeah, man.
Yeah,
it gets the blood pumping.
For like an OST in the background of an anime scene, you don't really want words, like sometimes it's cool like if they pull it in, but like for a fight, I don't want singing in the background. I just want like epic music.
The only sounds I want to hear is fist hitting face. That's it.
Maybe some screaming electric guitar.
You didn't like when they added "You Are My Specials" to Itadori, like clawing the dirt.
I have creative differes with the team over at Mappa for that one.
I think a lot of people.
You got to write a strongly worded email then. I'll help you type it up.
it didn't bug me as much as it bugged people on Twitter, but like I think if that scene was just silent,
Oh,
the
yeah.
gravity of it would have been so much more.
Yeah. And I don't know. I don't know what they was doing there, so 'cause I mean when it started, you're just like, what the well, why? What's going on, you know?
His hands are bleeding. He's like crying and just, you are my special. I was like, bro, come on. Come on.
Yeah, it definitely took away from the moment. I'm like, is the episode about to
Bro,
end?
they got so much advertising off that though, like publicity shit, bro. So many memes
It
was
worked.
made, so
It definitely worked. But like, yeah, the last song I want to talk about from JJK is from season 1. This is when one of the first times we get introduced to Nanami, and he is fighting Mahito. I'm blanking on the name right now. And this is the first time we really get to see him go ham. And he goes and he says, "I'm going. It's time for me to work overtime," which he hates. He's a working stiff. It's over at 5 o'clock. And with the build up to the beat drop, and this was also very ominous. It's rushed. There's like some chanting in the background until the beat drop, and you can tell it's meant to make you feel antsy.
Oh, yeah.
Because he's working overtime, and then it hits, and it's just like very frantic, fast paced, in a minor key, which is usually used for like horror and a down feeling, but it's more, I'd say, like just making you feel frantic on the inside. I really, really like this track. Again, no words, great OST.
Yeah, like that song, like if I like that's what I think of when I think of JJK and music. Besides like openings and endings, like I think of that like you were saying, like it's anxious. It makes you feel anxious. Like you don't know what's gonna happen, and you know shit's about to go down, but you don't know who's gonna win. Like they're not playing like the main hero's track or anything like that. They're like, oh, shit's about to go down. We don't know what's going on. It is anyone's game right now, and I love the way they do that in the show.
Yeah, and like in my mind, I'm just like picturing a bunch of musicians in a studio just like going crazy, playing music. Yeah, it's a wonderful song. But yeah, boys, that is it for JJK for me.
Alrighty.
They definitely deliver always with the songs in the
Yeah,
show.
it's crazy. Like I said, it's crazy that they only got 2 seasons out. Like I think what less than 40, 50 episodes, and they like got one of the like top tier OSTs. So, but
100%.
speaking of like shorter anime that has like banger OSTs and OPs and all that music, Frieren. This is from uh fall and winter of this year, 2023, 2024. And I think that it has amazing music. The OP and EDs are bangers. I'm gonna start
You are
with that.
correct.
And the first OP is Yusha, which means brave, and it's by Yaosobi. And that is like a really, really good OP, in my opinion. It's not my it's not my favorite of the 2 OPs that's out already, but it is a banger. And many people actually liked it over the second OP. Did y'all have a preference?
People liked it over Sunny?
Yeah. Yeah.
Phew. Okay. I'm gonna be real honest though. I listen to Sunny almost every day.
Okay. I mean, I do.
I'm lying. I listen to this shit every day. It's like one of the first songs I listen to when I'm driving for work. I'm like, yeah,
I listen to both. I listen to like most of these songs every day. So like my playlist is more than 50% like J-pop. So like anime songs. So
okay. Yeah, mine's probably out of all my playlists, I'd say probably closer to like 10, 15%, maybe 20. But I make sure I fit in Sunny, bro. It's just such a bop. It's another one of those songs I sent my friends that don't listen to anime, and they were like, "Bro, where'd you find this?" And I was like, "It's an anime opening." And like, no shit. I'm like, "Yeah, bro. They be putting out bangers like that." But it's so good, man. It's just like such a feel good song.
yeah.
Yeah. I think my issue with Yusha is that so I don't make my own playlist. I'm really lazy. Besides for like certain activities, I'll make playlists. But like if I want to listen to anime music, I just go to like I have 2 Spotify playlists, Anime on Replay, which is older songs, and then I have Anime Now, which is like the latest stuff. And this song was the first song on it. So every time I clicked it in my car, it was the first song I listened to like every fucking day for like who knows how long. And I
Wow.
was sitting there, I'm like, I'm just fucking sick of this song,
Oh.
guys. So like Yusha, not one of my favorites. I think I've just heard it too many times, but Sunny is definitely
Bro,
a bop.
Yeah,
There's
it
a
definitely
shuffle
is.
button. You know that, right?
Yeah, but when you click on a playlist to hit go, it just plays the first song and then it starts shuffling.
True. Yeah, you were just hitting the button. Yeah, Sunny I'm going to tell you how highly I regard this song. So I probably have 1,600 tracks in my Apple Music and probably about 50 favorites, and it is one of the favorites.
I mean,
So it's absolutely
deserved,
just elite music for me. Yeah.
I mean, the freaking so we're talking about Sunny by Yorushka. This is the second OP of Frieren. And like it's just got like a good beat. Like it's got a steady beat. It's got guitars, it's got drums, it's got cymbals, like it's just banging. So
True. And then like, oh, girls hitting notes out here. Yeah, I absolutely love it. And then like the song ends in like such a peaceful way, acapella. Fucking beat it.
yeah, it's just like a roller coaster. Like this is one of my favorites. Like I was saying before, like Kikai Kaitan and Where Blue Is and like Sunny from Yorishka. Like those three, like I listen to them a lot. Like when I'm playing them, like I hit the back button and like just repeat it, bro.
That's why that's why I like playing these random playlists that Spotify makes, because I'll come on to a bunch of songs I don't know, and then I'll go watch an anime, and I'll be like, "Holy shit, I know this opening."
That's what happened with Haikyuu, right?
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
But they only had 2 OPs. Both of them was bangers. Sunny was legendary. But the ED, they actually had one ED, Anytime Anywhere by Millet. And a lot of people think that the second ED for Frieren is actually a different song or whatever, different ED, but it's actually the same song. It's still Anytime Anywhere. It's just the last half of it. So the first half is the first ED, and like a minute and 30 seconds in, it actually switches to the second half, which is the second ED of the second part of the season. So fun fact for y'all. But still,
Did not know that.
That might be my favorite of the 3 Frieren like OPED songs. That song's just a heater, dude.
Yeah.
Like it's not supposed to be, but it just goes.
Yeah, I mean,
hard.
it fits too. Like it fits with the vibes. It's like it's a slower, what maybe melancholy song, roughly something like that. So, it's just a vibe, bro. Like I listen to this ED every single time, bro. I even got it on my playlist or whatever. But
yeah, I'll be adding this to the
Yeah.
playlist.
And like maybe it gets old after like a minute and 30 or whatever. When it just like repeats it again or whatever, but I don't think so. So but moving past OPs and EDs, that's not all that Frieren had to offer. What
That's not even the best part of what Frieren had to offer.
Frieren it strived. Like it done more than strive or thrive with the OSTs, and it fits. Like all the music and the story fit. Like it enhanced it. It enhanced it so much because great music is supposed to make you feel immersed into the world, and they do this in Frieren. They make you feel like you're in it. They make you feel what you're supposed to be feeling with the music. And one of the guy that actually produced it or composed it or whatever is Evan Call, and he knows what he's doing. And I'm really hoping they bring him back for like a season 2 or whatever whenever that happens, because this was a perfect OST. Like Dan said it himself before, it gives Lord of the Ring vibes. It makes you feel like it's like a perfect fantasy, like adventure OST. Like the music fits so well. and it just screams fantasy adventure.
I just had a really funny idea. Sorry, we should take that classic picture from The Hobbit
Oh.
where it's Bilbo running like I'm going on an adventure, and just put Himmel's face on it.
What a mind you have,
Short
Fred.
kings, bro. But yeah, this OSC, man, they knew how to slow it down. They knew how to make like scenes impactful. They knew how to make you sad. Like they knew everything. And one of my favorite songs from the OST was actually Zoltrack. That is one of my favorites of the OST. And like it starts out like anxious, I guess you can say, and then it builds up. Like it's just a perfect song in my opinion. And
I think. Oh, go for it.
Go ahead.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say I think my favorite music in Frieren is when she's fighting Aura, and the song they have in the background starts off really dark and menacing. And as you're watching the the scales tip, it starts changing. And when Frieren unleashes her mana, it goes to like a whole different vibe. And all I could think of when I rewatched that scene, like the second time I watched the episode, was like, Aura had me sitting like, wait, this isn't my boss music. Like, what's going on here? And then the way that Frieren just says, kill yourself, and the music just cuts was done so well.
Yeah. They know what they're doing, bro. Like Evan Call is just amazing. You know, his work tracks out like this. Another one for me, one of my favorite scenes of the movie, the anime, is actually the dance scene. I know I talked about it before, but it's one of my favorite moments of season 1, and the music for it was like crazy good. Like they went through so much trouble, like making that music for that. You know, it's got the classical vibes, all that good stuff, but top tier shit, bro. You just can't find another like OST that like fits this perfectly the way Evan Call made music for this shit. So
yeah, just this show, the music behind it, this was one for the ages, man. If you haven't seen Fear, yeah, you have to, and check out some of these tracks, especially Sunny. That's my favorite out of everything we talked about. Like it's just there's so many bangers.
Yeah, and also while I'm on like Evan Call, I know I watched like Violet Evergarden after I started Fearing, so like I didn't really know too much about Evan Call then, but he did the OST for Violet Evergarden, and if y'all are a fan of like the OST, knowing that it's gonna be perfect and fits, like he made Violet Evergarden's OST, and it's such a like slower, sadder, more emotional show, and it's totally different from Friren's OST, and it fits. Like this man is like crazy. Like he knows what he has to do in order to make it fit. So, and I like if you ask people that's watched like Violet Evergarden, usually they will say that Violet Evergarden, their OST is one of their favorites because it's the same. And you know, I was gonna put Violet Evergarden as my third favorite OST, but I was like, I don't want to take up 2 spots or whatever. I'll just add it to Evan Call's like list. So, but yeah.
Awesome. Well, I guess I'm up, right?
You are.
All right. Well, this might be a long one from the boys, and we apologize, but we're gonna talk One Piece because we have to talk One Piece.
Here we go.
Buckle up.
Overtaken. Enough said. I'm good. All right, you're up, Bass. No, I'm just kidding.
Overtaken, bro.
Such a good song. So One Piece has so many good openings, but I think we can't talk about One Piece without talking about the absolute banger we all got to know and love and cherish from the 4Kids One Piece version that aired on the 4Kids TV. The One Piece rap is just hilarious. And the fact that the narrator was Brock from Pokemon makes it 10 times better. You can't not laugh when you hear "Yo ho ho," he took a bite of gum gum. Like it's just so bad, it's incredible.
It's absolutely terrible. My life would have been better without it, but now that it's in a part of my life, fuck 4Kids, man. Jesus Christ.
Hey, it's One Piece. It's the name of the treasure on the Grand Line, dude. Come on. I think this show is why I didn't watch One Piece, is because I had watched a bunch of the 4Kids one when I was younger.
No,
this is so bad.
When I told you I was watching it, like this had to be like 5+ years ago now. You were like, that shit is trash. Like you were like, it's so bad. And I was like, no, what are you talking about? It's so good.
No, it's because I'd watched the 4Kids one, and like you're in Alabasta, and Luffy's like, you can't punch me, I'm wet.
Yeah, no, I didn't know what you were talking about. And then like Sanji like sucking on a sucker instead of smoking cigarettes. I was like, bro, what are you talking about?
Yeah. Hey, blame America. Blame America in the late 90s.
Yeah. And what's crazy is One Piece would be even more popular if it wasn't for the 4Kids.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. And it's still mega popular.
We would have been watching it with Dragon Ball Z back in the day.
Yeah, we would have. Yeah, for sure.
All right, but let's get serious. One Piece openings, so many bangers. My favorite's got to be We Are. I mean, it's probably everybody's favorite. That song is just the epitome of One Piece. I don't think anybody's going to disagree with me there, right?
Nope, no shot.
And when they brought it back for episode 1000,
I think they've had like several
incredible.
like iterations of We Are throughout One Piece, right?
Yeah, they've done it a few different ways. I mean, even like, so this was back when they did like English versions of the openings for the dub. Even the English version of the song's a banger, but then they did like 4 different versions of it through like the first 1000 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
But the original just goes way harder. Trust me.
I mean, it does. I do like all 4 versions of it, but the OG is where it's at.
And I gotta say too, I really do like the Egghead opening, like the latest opening. That is a fucking banger, dude. Like All of Us. Oh,
it's so good. Not the biggest fan of the animation, but the song itself is, like you said, it bangs.
Yeah,
Yeah. That's true. The animation is something weird on that
I'm
one.
pretty sure like when All of Us started, I think Dan said it reminded him like of early One Piece days, like OP wise. So
the ending reminds me of early One Piece. But I do kind of get that vibe. Like there's a bunch of things, like when you actually listen to music, like they have like the trumpets and everything going on, and it's like very boppy, and it definitely reminds me of older One Piece before they got like serious, I guess, and tried to like be like a normal shonen with their openings.
Yeah. For me, like out of like all the newer ones, Paint, which is the end of Wano. Y'all remember that? And The Peak, which is after Gear 5 got announced. Those two are like literally tied for like my favorites of like recent times or whatever. I like them way more than I do All of Us. I mean, All of Us is a banger, but like there's not many One Piece OPs that aren't a banger. I think I dislike like a couple of them maybe. But
The Peak goes crazy.
The Peak is like really good. Like it takes a minute to get there, but once it gets that once it hits its momentum, like it's crazy, and like the animation for the OP, like it goes hard too. But like I said, I was really sad when Paint ended, but then we got The Peak, and I was like, okay, I'm fine with this. And then The Peak literally didn't last very long. And then we got All of Us. And I'm like, bro, let me listen to The Peak longer.
Let's go back. Just give me a second.
Nah. I need the gas. Like The Peak is really chill. It's a really chill song. It's very fitting for the end of Wano because we had all that downtime. But like with everything going on in Wano right now, if they were playing that song, I'd be like, this does not fit at all.
I mean, it definitely doesn't. We just want more Peak.
We got more Peak last episode. Different kind of Peak, but we got more Peak last episode.
But yeah, no, what I like about The Peak though is like you said, Tyler. It's kind of like a slow burn. You don't really like get into it for like a whole minute, maybe. I think it's about 45 seconds to
But
a
when
minute,
it hits,
and then it fucking hits and it goes, man.
like the whole time, like when it hits, like the whole time you're just like, okay, just bobbing your head.
Yeah, you're just like waiting on it. Yeah, in the anticipation's building, and then it's just like, all
Like
right,
I'm
here
over
we
here
go.
like doing like dancing along with the TV when it was happening, so.
Mhm.
But yeah, as far as older ones go, like we are like there's a shit ton of them, but after we are Kokoro no Chizo, which is the Water 7 OP, OP5,
Eat it.
that is my favorite one. I'm sure a lot of people agree with that, but the fact that like the banger was so hard, but also like that arc like represents like the true start of One Piece, I feel like, in my opinion. So
Yeah, this is when shit got really real.
it's when it went to the next
I mean,
level.
it's right. This is a global battle now. Like it's really this is what we're doing. I rewatched Water 7 last year, and this song was part of the reason why. The Water 7 in Enies Lobby is my favorite, one of my favorite parts of One Piece, and it's so emotional. But this fits so well, and outside of like we are, this is my favorite song in One Piece. Period.
I can agree with that. Well, opening. I like the OST from One Piece so much. I don't know if I could say it was my second favorite song.
Okay. I'm gonna stay with Water 7, and I definitely understand where you're coming from, though.
Speaking of which, I think it's time we get to the OST, and there are so many good songs in this, and I could only pick a few to highlight because we would have been here all day. But One Piece does such a good job, like portraying emotion through the music, and I don't think a song in One Piece does a better job than Mother Sea, which is the very sad song that we get in One Piece earlier in One Piece. And I mean, hearing this song, like I literally think of like grown men crying watching a freaking ship with a sheep head burn. Like that is what comes to my mind.
Isn't that
It
crazy?
is so sad.
Yeah, bro. Somebody died, bro.
A part of us died.
Literally a part of me died when I saw that. Like,
yeah.
Like when what is that, like the triangles? They doing like triangles or whatever when they.
Yeah, I think it is a triangle. Yeah.
Yeah, like that just makes it even sadder, So
the next song I got is the very, very, very strongest. And this is from probably the most iconic scene we've gotten from our boy Zoro here. This is the music that plays during Nothing Happened. And the soundtrack is so fucking good. Like, I have probably 6 different versions of this I listen to because there's like lo-fi versions, like epic versions, all this shit. And this song is just timeless, man. It's incredible. But none of them even remotely come to the same level as Overtaken.
Oh no.
Overtaken is probably one of the best songs in anime for me. Just when you hear it, you fucking know shit is about to go down. I mean, like with the scene in Arlong Park where you have Sanji, Luffy, Zoro, and Usopp walking in to go fucking raise hell with this in the background. Perfection. Like absolute perfection.
Okay. See, I could put this above OP5 for iconic.
What, Overtaken?
But like it's Overtaken over OP5 for the level of iconic is because I could be in a shopping center and hear this and be like, where the fuck is Luffy?
Where they at, bro? I gotta go there.
Dude, I just start starting around in the middle of a Target. Like, where's Luffy?
They're here.
That's how you find out where the weebs are, bro. You play Overtaken on a loudspeaker, and then whoever starts looking, that's your friends.
But I don't want to just stop at Overtaken. The fact that we have been hearing the drums of fucking liberation this entire time in the background of this song blew my mind. Like
It's fucking nuts, right?
absolutely cooking. And I don't remember if it's in the anime where they play like the Overtaken Drums of Liberation combo. I feel like it is.
It's when Luffy first went Gear 5, they actually played the combination. So that
Yeah,
it's
it
a
had like a
heartbeat,
really
you
fast
know.
pace, like dun 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 dun
Yeah.
dun dun. But there's so many remixes on YouTube that absolutely just cook with this shit. And I think for me, that's why, like, I know opening 5 is so good, but like when I hear Overtaken, I just think One Piece, you know?
Yeah. And also like the I don't think Dan's gonna bring it up, but the freaking intermission scene or whatever, like that shit's iconic too, you know? Yeah,
I
yeah, I know
was,
what I'm
yeah.
talking about.
So, oh yeah, the main themes for all the characters.
Yeah, where they do like the little
Like,
cards and like all the like it's the signaling like the middle of the episode, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
commercial intro and outro. Yeah.
yeah, no, I was
Those are
gonna
fun. I love those.
I love all the themes for all the characters, but I didn't want to talk about each
No.
one because that would take
That'd be a
forever.
lot. That would be a lot.
Yeah, I can't even tell you like what the theme is for each one of them. I'm just saying that like general like intermission scene or whatever that we always get like the one way and then it comes back and redoes it or whatever. Like it's iconic.
I really
Yeah.
enjoy those. Yeah,
I
I really
wish-
enjoy those.
They would bring them back.
Yeah. Well, I mean they still do it. I mean not like the old ones, but they still do it somewhat, you know.
Yeah, they're doing. I mean, they brought it back in Wano for a little bit, but like with Egghead, they're just doing the same scene
Well,
every
yeah,
time.
that's what I'm saying though. Like
That's
back
true,
then they used
yeah.
to like switch it up, but now it's like Luffy running to just running or whatever, and it's like it has the same sound or whatever. But still, that's like a good sound. You know what I mean? So
Oh yeah. And then for endings, I've got the first One Piece opening because that just screams nostalgia for me. And then I actually really like Dear Sunshine, which is the latest ending during the Wano arc, because like I feel like it does such a good job encompassing all of One Piece. I mean, if you watch the ED from Egghead, it's pulling scenes from the entire show into it. And it's like literally just giving you a recap of One Piece.
yeah, I like this one too. This ED, the latest one or whatever. I agree. This is the one that has like all the different outfits and shit, right? Like it's showing all different kinds of the sections of One Piece or whatever, like you said.
The all the outfits is Luffy in the
Okay.
opening. This actually like has straight up scenes from One Piece in 2003 through like or from 1998 through today.
Yeah.
Speaking of outfits, boys, is the Egghead drip not atrocious?
So
It's futuristic.
yeah,
dude.
so like it fits what they got going on, and I think like me and Bass talked about,
that's
me and Bass
fine.
talked about it a while. That Oda had too much built up horniness, bro.
Dude, let him cook with Robin's outfit. That's all I'm gonna say.
It's so absurd.
It's so good. It's so good.
Yeah.
But I want to end One Piece with Film Red because it's literally like a musical, and I just want to talk about Otto, the female songwriter they brought in to play the voice of Yuta. She fucking kills it in this movie with the songs she wrote and sung for this movie. Her range is absolutely insane. You go from like New Genesis to Backlight, and like the different emotions this chick can freaking put out there while singing is absolutely insane. And I feel like we gotta watch Red because we haven't done it yet. We talked about doing it like 6 months ago.
I feel like it would be a banger time. Like I guarantee like if people heard like New Genesis, they would know what we was talking about because this is one of the things that went crazy. Like it went viral everywhere when like One Piece film Red came out. Like New Genesis was everywhere. So
it was topping the charts in
Yeah.
Japan. Like it was up there, you know? And
It's a banger.
but just like the range we see from her in this movie with like the different types of emotions she puts out in her songs is absolutely bonkers. Like I literally will drive into work and be like, hey, Spotify, play Otto, and it'll just like roll through a bunch of her songs and they're all fucking gas. So thank you, One Piece, for introducing me to another J-pop star.
You're welcome. But yeah, One Piece is definitely banger. For all those that like are missing out because they haven't watched Peak yet, or they just couldn't get into it because it was so long or whatever. At least go watch the OPs and like the EDs and like listen to the playlist that we got cooking up because like these songs like they're bangers, you know. So
True. True, man. We are giving you heat, no doubt. Is that for it for you, Dan?
Yeah, unless you guys got anything else to add for One Piece.
No, I just think about those outfits every time I see them, and that's it. So bad. But next, guys, I have Chainsaw. Man, this is going to be pretty quick, but I felt like I needed to mention Chainsaw Man, because season one overall delivered on songs, at least the EDs. They just had one OP, but they had 12 different EDs for 12 episodes. We don't get that hardly ever. And then that's just a lot of effort to change the EDs and the ending credits each time for each episode. So that's a huge amount of work for not a lot of payoff unless people are really appreciating the music. And if it was viable for more shows to do this, I would love it because we would just get more introduced to more music. So I think it's really cool what they've done.
and like I listen to like all these EDs or on the notes or whatever, and they usually I don't like listen to EDs like I said, and these all hit like pretty hard, so it was all good.
They're gas. They're gas. I mean, probably could have put 5 more on here, and they still would have been of elite quality to me. But I kept it low because it's only a 12 show, a 12 episode show right now. So I feel like 4 songs is solid. I'm not trying to go too hard on them right now. Yeah, but but the one and only OP1 or just OP, is Kickback by Kenshi Yonezu. And it's just a nice rock song with a little bit of funk mixed in now and again. And it's such a good track, but really the visuals is really what does it for me on this. You have references from 12 different movies in like 90 seconds. Who else is giving you that? You know what I'm saying? All this pop culture in 90 seconds. Yeah. It's really, really cool. But the song itself stands on its own legs. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely. I never thought I would see the bowling ball scene from fucking oh god, what's the name of the movie? I'm spacing out.
It's with the dude.
The
Big Lebowski.
Big Lebowski, there we go. Like I never thought I would see that in an anime.
Yeah. No, there's so many different things. Then you have Texas Chainsaw Massacre that's in it. You have Pulp Fiction in it, and like there's so many more, but it's really just an elite OP, in my opinion. And I remember I was talking to Dan, I think the first day it came out, and we were just talking about the different references, but the song itself, really, really good. Really, really good.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure like went viral back in fall 22, I think. Fall 22 maybe. But this was everywhere, man. This was like Oshinoko's Idol and like stuff like that, and like Kikai Katan and all that stuff. Specials, like it went even more viral than they did, almost, with the exception of Idol, of course. But
yeah, honestly, like the OP made me want to watch Chainsaw Man.
I mean, who wouldn't, you know? Like you see that and you're like, what the hell is going on, you know? Like when they're over there like kicking their feet together and shit like that. Like it's just good vibes, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, it's great vibes. And then you see Machina using like the mind control slug, or it's a snail with a mind control parasite in it. And me being a animal nerd, I knew what that was, and I was like, oh, she's a bitch. Just from seeing that, I was like, oh, I know what she's doing. So it's just like seeing all those little things along with the pop culture. It was really, really, really cool for me. Very unique for me as well. But yeah, I challenge you to find another 12 movie references in 90 seconds. That's insane.
I can't even tell you what all the references are in it. I only knew there was a couple, so I didn't know there was 12. So
yeah, there's 12. I had to like go and look up so how many it was because I knew there was at least 4. But then I found some other ones. There's like one from like a Japanese action movie and like a famous clash over in Japan. Like it's so many different things.
Wild.
Obviously, I caught the Pulp Fiction one because that's just a great movie. It's a classic. But the Texas Chainsaw Massacre one, I did not catch, and there's so many more. But going from there, like I said, they have a unique ED for each individual episode. Never see that. ED3 stands out the most to me. It feels like something I would have listened to in high school. Very grungy, screamo. But it starts off with some freaking heavy bass guitar. And boys, I used to play bass guitar all the time when I was younger. So this would have really hit me in the chest because we hardly ever get to shine. We're usually off to the side or in the back as a bass player. It's just we're not up front. We're never up front. But then it goes into like some hard screamo, and I used to get down on that. And then for about 10 seconds there, it gets into like some like Middle Eastern vibes, and then it goes to rock, and then back to screamo. It's just all over the place, but it's somehow still cohesive. It's just a great track. It takes you all over the fucking place.
Oh, it really does. It's like a roller coaster, bro. But it does fit like the visuals though. Like when it's doing the screamo and like it's switching and stuff. Like it's all over the place, like you said. So
yeah, I felt like Okusenti was like, I'm gonna do everything they've told me I can't do, and I'm gonna put it all in one song. And they did it, and they pulled it off masterfully. So
I'm not sure.
Great job.
I'm not sure if I could make it past the screamo though if I was actually legit watching it because I hate screamo.
Oh, okay. Hey, that's fair. It's a acquired taste. Yeah, man. But really enjoy that song. And the next one for me is the ED1, which is I think it's Vandry. Called Chainsaw Blood by Vandry. This is just like it starts off with like some what sounds like classical rock, and then it gives away a little bit more modern sounding stuff. It's another banger, man. It's also the ED1, so it's kind of giving you visuals of kind of like what the show's going to get you into and what to expect from it. So I think this is pretty quintessential for like Chainsaw Man itself.
Yeah, the crazy thing is like these EDs or some of these EDs, like they feel like they could be OPs, like they're that good. So usually like EDs aren't as good as like OPs, or so.
Typically not, because they know not a lot of people are going to stick around for all the credits. That people definitely will watch the OPs normally. But yeah, usually they just get on by the end of this. But yeah, elite music. They really did pick some awesome tracks, and I wonder if they can just keep up this heat, or if they're going to do it again for the next season.
That'd be tough. I feel like 12 EDs is just challenging to do every season.
It is. But I think they've built a hole or dug a hole for themselves.
Yeah. So they backed themselves into a corner by doing it the first time, that if they don't do it, it's going to let people down.
Yeah. But they may have been going for this from the beginning with the OP. We're just going to throw as much banging ass shit as we can into this stuff. And then the last one I want to talk about is the ED10. It's Dogland by People One. With like some chill undertones and kind of like the verse and the hooks being very upbeat, so you get a really up and down feel out of it. But the visuals are very odd. They're like hand-drawn monsters, and then our characters kind of like moving through an alleyway, and then you get Puccia running away from our main character there. It's very odd visuals, but it fits the music, and the music's fucking good.
It is.
Yeah, it's definitely the weirdest one you have on the list.
It is. And then you get this very emotional scream around 1 minute and 5 seconds. And I don't know, I really like it. It doesn't really fit the song that well. And I think if you didn't like shit like that, which not many people do, you probably won't like it.
I don't know.
But yeah, definitely had to mention Chainsaw Man in this because Mappa went out of their way. They really went very far out of their way to pull this off.
Yeah, I mean, when you do this many EDs, for like a 12 episode show, like you're putting just as many EDs in as most people like like a 80 series, 80 episode, 80 to 100 episode like anime series. So
I mean, that'll usually have, if you think 96 episodes would be 8 endings. So
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, they really cranked it out.
it's wild. I think
Yeah,
like
dudes.
Naruto only had like 20, right? And it had like 500 some episodes. So this is like what 10, 12? I don't know. So
Yeah, they have one guy just listening to
Yeah.
music. Like, what are we gonna use? You have one job. You need to find bangers.
Imagine you get your job at Mappa, you're all excited, and they're like, "Oh, you're gonna do endings," and you're like, "What?" Like, yeah, you're gonna do endings for one show.
Say less, bro. I like it.
Yeah, but it's good shit. That's all I have for Chainsaw Man, boys.
Awesome.
Well, I guess it's me next. I'm gonna keep this short and sweet. Everybody knows what this is, hopefully. This is a classic anime. It's very short as well. It's called Cowboy Bebop. And
I've never heard of that one. Do tell.
Let me Google something.
They're playing, y'all. We are an official anime podcast. We actually know what Cowboy Bebop is.
Is that the one that takes place in the Wild
Yeah,
West?
sort of.
And the main character's name is Bebop Johnson?
Walker,
Bebop
Texas
Johnson's
Ranger.
crazy.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know what you're talking about then. Continue.
Oh shit. But anyways, when I think about like favorite anime music, favorite anime OSTs, all that good stuff, Cowboy Bebop is always one of the first things that pops up in my head. When I think about Cowboy Bebop, I immediately think about jazz.
Dun, 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 dun,
Jazz and the blues, man. But
That's what it is, man.
and that means that they did a great job on like making like the music and the OST memorable for Cowboy Bebop, because like as soon as you mention Cowboy Bebop and music, you immediately think jazz. So and there's just something that I really like about jazz and the blues. I always love like listening to them. Like it's so chill, usually it's so, chill, and like it's just a good time. Like I went down to was it Bill Street, like Memphis and all that stuff, and like I went to all the like museums and shit down there, and like it was such a great time for me just seeing all like the old jazz, listening to all the jazz and the blues and stuff. But I really like it. It's got one of the most popular OPs ever in Tank. Like there's a chance that you've heard this one if you've ever like gotten into like anime at all. Also the ED is like a really popular one too. With real folk blues. Like you just can't beat Cowboy Bebop. Like it's just a classic. It's just one of those iconic classics. And it relies so heavily on like the background music during the show to set the mood, set the feelings on what's happening. And Yoko Kanno like hit the ball out of the park with her music for Bebop, the series. So you got any thoughts on it?
Excellent. Yeah. Tank. I mean,
Banger.
that's another one I could hear at Target or Walmart and be like, "Yo, Spike, where you at?" Like if you didn't know any better, when you listen to Tank, you would think it's like a spy show. It kind of gives me those vibes as well. But
James Bond type shit.
It's still just yeah. But that doesn't make it any less iconic. I mean, Bebop, I think, is known for some of like the best, like having the best soundtrack in anime. Like it's so good, and it sets the scene in every single episode so well with the music.
Yeah, and like I said, the background music too. So
the whole track list, man.
Absolute heaters, dude.
Yeah. Like I said, I was gonna keep that short and sweet because I don't think Cowboy Bebop needs to be talked about a whole lot. Like if you've been into anime, you've probably seen it. You've probably heard these songs. You probably know what Cowboy Bebop is about. So like Like it's just that good. Like it's iconic. It's a classic. It's legendary. If you haven't watched it or you haven't ever heard any of these songs, which I'm sure you probably have, even if you never watched it before, you should definitely go check it out because this shit is like good. So
Awesome. So for my last show, I had a really hard time picking between two shows to put here, and the other show I really want to talk about was Bleach, because Bleach just has incredible music. But I've talked a lot about Bleach, so I decided to not do it. And I'm going to talk about one of my potentially my favorite OST in anime, and that's going to be Fairy Tail. It does such a good job elevating the emotions you like of a scene with the OST. But to start, we'll talk about the openings. I have a few down here, but I'm just going to focus on one. Snow Fairy, the first opening for Fairy Tail. Like I hear that shit and I just get gassed up. And I remember watching it for the first time in college. And like I'm the guy I would study, and I can't study with English songs because it distracts me. So I would literally just put on Fairy Tail opening 1 through like 16 or whatever at the time, and just jam out to these things. I had no idea what they're saying, and I would study this music for hours. Snow Fairy is probably my favorite. It is a timeless opening. The endings, there's 31 of them. There are a fuck ton of
Holy
Fairy Tail
smokes.
openings. One that really stood out to me though is Kanpeki Guno Ne. It's the first ending. Again, it's a fun one. But for the best part of Fairy Tail, it is the OST. It is the battle music. It is everything they do to elevate the emotions you actually feel in the show. The main theme, like when you hear it, you know shit's about to go down. You're getting fired up, as Natsu would say. But the one that like sticks out to me the most is the sad theme song from Fairy Tail that they play during really emotional moments. This is like the one anime that can get me to cry. Like I don't cry like Tyler does. No offense, Tyler.
damn, all
No offense,
out.
Tyler. And like I hear this song and I go, oh shit, I gotta try and hold back tears coming up. Like it's gonna happen. And it's just used so well to elevate the emotional points of this show. Natsu's theme, the salamander theme, absolutely electric. Like when you hear that, you know shit is gonna go down. And I think the reason I love the Fairy Tail OST so much is just there's bagpipes.
Bagpipe and opera. It sounded like.
Yeah, they do a little bit of opera. It's really just like they bring a lot of folk instruments into it because it's like a mythical magic, kind of like Frieren. You know, Frieren brings like that adventure vibe into it. This really pulls in like the magical world vibes, and they do a great job of that. But I did not know a bagpipe could go so fucking hard before I watched this show.
Well, now you do.
Dude, I love it. I gotta go rewatch Fairy Tail for like the 5th time at this point. And before I go, before I finish. Huge shout out to my boy Gajil. His guitar skills are on a different level. And if you want to hear him sing Shooby Doo Bop, let me tell you. Incredible. Top tier stuff.
Dan's gonna sing it for us.
He ends up fighting Natsu after singing, and you hear him going to throw punches, going Shooby Doo Bop and shit. It's so funny. Fairy Tail is underrated, man. Like, it just like it doesn't help that it came out at the same time as the big three. Like it had the hardest time becoming like that level due to the fact that it was going against Bleach, Naruto, and One Piece. But like if there was like a tier below that, I'm putting Fairy Tail in it. Fairy Tail is the ultimate power friendship show.
Okay. Is that the one that has the? No, that's Seven Deadly Sins, right? The white blood. Which one has white blood?
Oh yeah, no,
yeah.
They didn't do
Seven
that
Deadly
shit.
Sins.
They didn't ruin Fairy Tail.
Okay.
Don't worry.
Yeah, I always get them confused. I always get Seven Deadly Sins and Fairy Tail confused. So,
and I do got to get a Fairy Tail rewatch in all 300 and something episodes because
sheesh,
the 100-year quest is dropping in June or July. So like, Fairy Tail's coming back, baby. I'm hyped. I'm gonna get more bagpipes.
Is that like a continuation or like filler shit or what? What's going on?
No, it's a full on sequel. Takes place right after the anime. Maybe like I don't know if it's a couple years after. I didn't read the manga, but It's my same favorite characters. We got Natsu, we got Gray, we got Lucy, and we got Urza. And let me tell you, Urza is something special.
Okay. I always hear you hop up like the women of Fairy Tail. So one day I will watch this. It's just so long, you know. So,
dude, Mashimoto knew how to draw some chugs, man. That's all I'm gonna say.
Busty bookstore clerk.
Same quality. Busty wizard.
All right. Are you done, Dad?
Yeah, definitely.
All right. Sounds good. All right, guys. So what I have for you, this is my last one here, is Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Another, it's big shit. I mean, it's in my top 2, and it ain't 2. But the music here, it's so eclectic. I would say in a good way. You have like traditional like Western music mixed with like some Middle Eastern music and some Asian musics because of the different countries that are involved in the show. And then you also have some classical music in the show as well. But it's that mix that makes it very unique to me. And then I don't think this show is really known for its tracks, but it has such good legs. Like, but we'll start right off with it. I'll go really quickly on this one actually. OP1, gas. This is what I think of. You could play this anywhere. Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. You see Dan bopping his head. If you can't, we can see it on YouTube.
I might be listening to it.
Yeah, he may be listening to it. So, but like, it's just like a rock song that makes me want to run through a brick wall every time I listen to it, back to back to back. It's iconic. It stands on its own. It's a good ass song. I don't know why I don't have this in a playlist, because when I was trying to think of shows to listen to, this is like the first song I thought about, and then I was like searching in my library, my iTunes library. I was like, it's not here.
Disrespectful.
So, yeah, I fucked up. I fucked up. But yeah, guys, if you haven't listened to this, there's no way you haven't watched Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. If you haven't, I don't know what you're doing, but you need to get it together.
Deadly.
Speaking of which, Tyler.
Wait, I've watched it.
Okay, you finished it. I was just making sure.
Yeah,
I'm just making sure.
He did. I gave him some pats in the back. Don't worry.
Okay. That was definitely. It was a vibe.
I'm
check
pretty
right
sure
there.
it's been
He
like
passed.
6 months since I finished it. So
okay, I couldn't remember, but I gotta make sure.
No, but going off that, like the OPs, if you like the Naruto OPs and like that style of OPs, like Full Metal Alchemist does the same shit. Like it produces like the old school banger, like of shonen bangers. You know what I mean? So
Yes. And then probably maybe not the most iconic, but probably my favorite song is ED1 Oso. This is used in episodes 1 through 14, and if you've seen Brotherhood, you'll remember like the little like chalk or like crayon drawings of the characters like just messing around with each other and fighting against that yellow background, and that's just something that stands out in my memory of watching anime. It's just like it's such a cool little moment, and every time I was watching this, I didn't want the show to go off. I'm like, yo, just give me a little bit more for it.
Dude, this ending is so good. I mean, it just like screams early 2000s, like late 2000s, not 2010s, like that anime feeling to me, you know?
It does. I mean, it's just like that classic anime feeling. I think that's when a lot of us Americans got into this shit. So like, it'll take you back there, along with the ED3. It's got like that. It's like upbeat. Starts off really chill, goes upbeat, and the visuals are ass. They're just frames from the show. They're just frames from the show sliding across the screen like a shitty PowerPoint. But the song itself is really, really good. I guess technically it's a rap song. It's made by Lil B, excuse me.
Lil B.
and he drops some bars. He's like I said, you even get some rap in here, guys. You got Eastern, Middle Eastern, Far East, a lot of Western music as well, and then you even get you some rap in there, guys. This is a very diverse set of tracks.
I just gotta say, you can't disrespect the visuals for ED3 because it's Winry the whole time, and that's my girl, dude.
That's the only positive thing about it. we love Winry, but that's the only positive thing about it. Otherwise, it's garbage. She's garbage.
So, like, I listened to it, and like, it doesn't have any rap until like the very 15, 20 seconds of the end. But then it starts rapping. So,
there's rap at like I think 20, 25 seconds too. He only gives you like 2 bars, and then it goes back to the singing, and then it ends.
Yeah, the rap at the end like surprised me.
Lil B doesn't rap a lot, but when he does, you know.
I'm digging it.
I'm laughing because like you keep saying Lil B, and all I can think is Bun B.
Fucking Bun B, leave Bun B out of this.
Very, very different music style, right there. Lil B.
Leave Bun B out of this.
Just throw in some Killer B, bro.
Oh, here we go.
True, we got Bun B. We can make a whole playlist on bees. We got Lil B, Bun B, Killer B.
We'll call them the stinging bees.
For real, what does Killer B say all the time? His like not like his catchphrase.
Yo.
I know what you're talking about.
You fool, or something.
You fool. Yes, you fool. Oh my god.
We've come full circle now. So
yes, but I mean this show also has like amazing like OST. So from OST to The Land of Ishvala, this is some of like that Middle Eastern like Arabian music. And what makes this track pretty epic, other than it sounding phenomenal, this is like when Lang Fan actually finds Ling Ao and like saves him and Al from like gluttony. Sorry, Ed, from gluttony. And it's a hell of an entrance. It's definitely something I'm gonna play when I get to walk the streets of Istanbul, because it just has that fucking Ottoman Empire. You're in the desert ass type beat to it. I love it. It's very different, but it's like those Aladdin vibes, man. I love it. I don't know how to tell y'all about this one. This next one here, boys. Trisha's Lullaby. If you don't know what that is, it is the scene with Nina, where Al realizes the talking dog is Nina. So rip Nina and Alexander there. It is a wonderful song, though. All by itself, it is a wonderful song. It's a very gentle sounding song because of what was going on in the show.
It had to be
probably the saddest song in anime. I mean, the saddest moment in anime.
It was fucked up moment in anime for sure.
But it's a wonderful song. It's so good.
You know who Trisha is, right?
Who is Trisha? Who was Trisha?
The Elric brothers' mother.
That is right. Trisha's Lullaby. I couldn't remember her name. Fucking Trisha. I haven't watched Full Metal Alchemist in a long time. But yes, it was a fucked up moment. But Trisha's Lullaby, it's an excellent song. Really, really like it. Just to let everybody know, Dan said in the notes, "Why are you doing this to me?"
I laughed when I see that.
This is when all the men cried, for sure. Yeah. If you're a real one, you definitely cried on this one. But to get away from that, so from their OST to the train song, I think most people know it as the fucking train song, but it's actually called Stepping Along. And this is kind of when after Winry helps give birth to that
Good correction
baby.
there. Good correction there.
Yeah, and Winry did not have a child in the show. And the Elric brothers are like running after the train. It's just like a light feeling, like whimsical ass song. And it's just a bunch of flutes, man. It's flute music like Andre 3000. So, except they can actually play the flute. So,
Dude, that song, sorry, this is total sidebar, but that Andre 3000 album, I was so hyped for that shit to drop.
Weren't we all? Weren't we all?
3 songs, I was like, wait, is he just tripping balls playing a flute right now?
I was so disappointed. And then Homeboy had the nerve to say he didn't have anything to rap about. I was hot. I was hot when I listened to that fucking interview. I was like, what the fuck is this shit? There's no bars. And then he said he has none. But hey, the Train song, classic song. It's a great song. Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. You have to watch it.
Oh, yeah. It's 60 episodes, so.
Yeah. It's not a big deal. Not a big deal.
Full of bangers the whole time, so.
It's the perfect anime, dude. Don't even joke. Like the whole show is just incredible.
It really is. It really is. But yeah, that is it for me, boys.
Hell yeah.
Awesome. Well, guys, we only covered a few. We covered 9 shows here, but there's so many good anime OSTs and like anime that have great music. We can't cover them all. I mean, like that's not possible. And we didn't really even touch on a lot of different genres here. I mean, like there are full-on animes devoted to music. Yeah. And it being April, we got to say You're Lying April.
Yeah, You're Lying April.
If you feel like you want to go cry, give that a watch.
Yeah, like You're Lying April, Bochi. Bochi is another good one for like dedicating like musical shit. Like so.
Definitely. And I'm sure if we like opened this up to movies, we would have been fucked.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. It would have been we would have been here all night.
Bit of a wrap. But awesome, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this. We're putting the playlist together. We'll get that out. We'll post it in the Discord. We'll throw it on our socials. And I think we're going to throw it on our link tree too. So you have a bunch of ways to find it. The playlist will be on Spotify. Otherwise, make sure to rate the podcast, whatever platform you're listening to it on it. And hit us up in Discord, linktree.com/animedegens. All right, everybody. Goodbye.
Peace. Bye.
美しく